Ew.
That's disgusting.
Some people like pizza. Other people hate pizza. I love pizza. Let me tell you why pizza sucks.
What was that?
Terrible.
That was not a discussion essay as we discussed.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
What
Not
happened?
at all. What was it supposed to be?
Well, we were trying to do a discussion essay or a both sides and opinion essay.
Not an opinion essay, which is
Yeah.
what that intro was clearly for. And it wasn't even a good one.
No.
Why do students hate two sides plus opinion essays?
I think it's confusing and they think they have to give their opinion.
They think it's an opinion essay.
Yeah.
By the end of this video, you guys will know which one is which based on the prompt, and you will know the structure of a discussion essay, also known as a two sides plus opinion essay. Yeah. This is Michael.
And I'm Phil, and you're watching the IELTS Grind.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, it is a bit tricky telling the difference between two of them. And I can see why some students have the idea they just have to talk about what they think. But this isn't always the case. So let's talk about some examples.
Yeah, we are going to show this very clearly here. So students confuse these two essays because the topics can basically be the same.
They could be, yeah.
And let's look at the first example here.
Okay, so shall I read it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first example we've got, and you'll see this on the screen, as faith in public education wanes, more and more people are homeschooling their children. Some people are embracing this trend as the future, while others are saying it's a step backward. To what extent do you believe homeschooling is the future?
Is this an opinion essay?
I believe it is.
How do we know?
Well, there are two very strong indicators. One of them is the easy one. The other one, you have to use your brain. Now, I would say, because it has the verb believe, you believe, that must be what you think. But there's a far easier way.
To what extent? This is usually before an opinion essay.
Yeah.
It's usually to what extent do you agree, to what extent do you think. Yeah.
And a little bonus tip here is you should say to what extent. So you shouldn't just say I agree, you should say I strongly agree. I to some extent agree, for example.
Very good advice, but this is for opinion essays,
Yeah.
which, by the way, we have made a video where
Yeah.
Phil talked about it.
It's here somewhere. You'll see a link in the description, or you can click the card above. Yeah.
So let's look at a second example. Okay, I'll read this one to you.
Yes?
As faith in public education wanes, more and more people are homeschooling their children. Some people are embracing this trend as the future, while others are saying it is a step backwards. Discuss both sides and give your opinion.
Whew. Okay, for a minute there I thought you'd made a mistake and you were reading the same essay that I just read to you. But no, you can see now that we had exactly the same first part of the prompt, but the actual second part that gives us the task was different. So I'm going to guess, or I actually know, this is a discuss both sides and opinion essay, a discussion essay.
Exactly, exactly. So, and this is why students hate it so much, is the prompts, the topics can be exactly the same.
Yeah.
But you can always tell by the last line in the prompt. That will always tell you the structure of the essay. Not only for two sides plus opinion and opinion essays, but all essays. Let's look at a couple more examples to really drive this point home.
Yeah.
By the way, if you think you're an expert on this already, you can skip ahead to the timestamp listed down below to get to us talking about the structure.
Yeah.
But if you're still unsure, please follow along. How about we move to the third one?
Okay, so many people today have a pet. Some people believe that this is wrong and animals should not be owned. To what extent do you agree?
This is an opinion essay, isn't it?
Certainly is, yeah.
Okay, again, it's that last line.
Yeah.
This tells you what it needs to be.
So we've mentioned that it's easy to confuse a both sides an opinion essay or a discussion essay and to write an opinion as your response. But if you look at this, it's also quite easy to make the mistake in the opposite direction. Here, clearly we've got one thought. Many people, some people believe that this is wrong and should not be owned. That suggests that other people believe it's not wrong. And then it asks you for your opinion. So it is possible to make a mistake here. And instead of writing an opinion essay as you should, you might write a discussion essay. So just be careful with that. It's all to do with that last line, right?
Exactly. That will tell you the structure and type of essay you need to write. Here's the next one. In much of the world, phones have become ubiquitous. There are some people who believe that this is hurting our relationships. Others believe that there are only positives. Discuss both sides and give your opinion.
Well, I think I have to discuss both sides and then give my opinion.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah. So it may seem obvious when we're talking about it, but in the exam, it's a bit of stress. Just take a moment, just read it very carefully, read it a second time, and you won't make a mistake.
Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, nowadays, rainforests are being cut down to make way for grazing in agricultural land. Some people believe this practice should be stopped. Others think that this is the only way to feed the world. To what extent do you agree with that this practice should be banned?
I'm going to say opinion essay.
Yeah, right on the money there.
Hey.
Yeah, so again, we've got that keyword, to what extent. So that's a clear indication. It's normally an opinion essay.
Finally, we have many people nowadays are using alternatives to traditional hotels, Airbnb, when they travel abroad. Some people believe that this is a negative trend, while others believe it is the future of accommodation. Discuss both sides and give your an opinion.
I would write a discussion essay for this one, yeah.
Yes. Okay, there you have it. This is the very simple way to get these down. Now, in this next part, we're going to talk about how you write one, the structure of a both sides plus opinion essay, the structure of a discussion essay. Are you ready for the show?
Well, I've got to go out because I just ordered a pizza. I think it's about to arrive at the front door. Do you mind if we just stop there for a while, come back?
Are you going to give me a slice?
Maybe. I'm just going to grab that. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fine.
He's not going to give me any pizza. It is time for the game show about structure. How much do you know? Let's meet our contestant and student, Michael.
Hello.
Let's see how much he knows about the task 2 structure for two sides plus opinion essays. You seem very excited.
Oh, yes.
So, let's get started. Task 2, how many paragraphs?
4.
Great! What is the first one called?
Overview.
Oh no.
Introduction.
Great! How many sentences does it have?
2 to 4.
Yeah! What is the special sentence in the intro?
Thesis.
Yeah! And what is it, the first or the last sentence?
First.
Er,
Last.
Lucky guess. Ding! Now, what should your thesis say?
I agree.
Er,
Oh.
Oh no, that is for an opinion essay! Michael, I am sorry, but this is game over. Dun dun dun.
Oh dear.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, he's not there yet, so. What happened? Did something happen while I was gone?
You missed a very exciting game show.
Again? Okay, well let's go into the next bit.
So let's review and keep on going. First things first, you need 4 paragraphs.
Yeah. So in a classic essay, you're going to start with your introduction. This is where you say what you're going to say. Normally, we would say for all essay types in the IELTS, you need 2 paragraphs in the body, and you're going to finish with a conclusion where you say what you've said.
And your first paragraph is, as he said, an intro, not an overview.
Now that's from task 1. And if you're interested in learning a bit more about the structure in task 1, this guy did an excellent video on that, which you can find in the description, or there's a little card up there.
Now, in your intro, you have the background where you introduce the topic. You can rephrase the prompt, but you have a bit more freedom here than you do in task 1.
Sure, yeah.
And your context or your background or your introduction to the topic should be 1 to 2 sentences. Now, your intro also has a thesis, which is always the last sentence.
Always.
And these are all together. This is one block. your first two sentences and the third are together in one paragraph.
And there's for your thesis statement in this type of essay, discussion essay, there's really only one thing you need to learn, which is...
This essay will discuss the blah, 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 blah. Yeah. This is the same with all essays. With this one in particular, with two sides plus opinion essay, you will say, this essay will discuss both sides and give my opinion at the end.
Yeah, or you could say, in this essay, I will discuss both these views and give my own opinion. Something along those lines.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. And why do we do that? Well, number one, it makes the essay very clear. Number two, examiners are incredibly stupid. If you don't tell them exactly what they're going to read, they're not going to know what they're doing. So let's help out those poor examiners.
Yes. And it's true of all English readers.
True, we're all pretty stupid. Okay, so moving on to body one. What do we place in body one?
Well, first of all, the content of body one will be the first side. So you're not saying your opinion here, you're saying this viewpoint. And because you're saying this viewpoint, you need to use specific vocabulary to say, this is not my opinion.
Yeah, this is really important, yeah.
Some examples of this is, these people believe this because blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
These people say blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
People who think this say blah, 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 blah. You need to say this again and again to show that all of these ideas in this paragraph are not your opinion.
Yeah, and basically within these paragraphs, body one and body two, you're trying to think of some reasons why someone would think this. Not you, but someone else.
Exactly. And the structure of a body one is the same. You should have a clear topic sentence, supporting details. These supporting details are going to be reasons, clarifications, examples. But again, remember, they're all using that framework saying that it's other people's opinions.
Yeah, this is a very good point. And in body two, we do almost the same thing, but we're just talking about the other point of view.
Exactly.
And again, not your opinion, but why someone else may think this.
So you need to use those words. These people believe. Those who oppose that think this because. Okay. And now finally there's your conclusion. Now this is the only essay that has a different conclusion from other essays.
Yeah.
In your conclusion of this kind of essay, two sides plus opinion, you will be saying...
Your opinion.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like a third body paragraph.
Yeah, it's very different to the other essay structures in the IELTS. And a good thing to write, you don't want to just say, okay, people thought this, people thought that, and then my idea is the best idea in the whole world. You can say that although both these viewpoints have their merits, or both these viewpoints are good points of view, I strongly agree that this, or I strongly think, which is better, this, okay? So it's nice and it ties in the essay together, and it's just not something like, oh, my idea is the best idea.
Yeah, it's you can rephrase the points from above, or you can say you agree with one side because of what they said or what they think. That's perfectly fine.
Sure. So we will be going into a lot more detail about discussion essays in a future video where we get down to the nitty-gritty.
Do you hear that?
What's that?
I think it's a disclaimer alarm.
Oh dear, no. Already?
Yes, it's time. This is a disclaimer. In today's video, we have learned about a structure for two sides plus opinion essay. However, there are some structures for two sides plus opinion essay that are different. If you see other examples where they say their opinion in one of the bodies, that does not mean that they are wrong. Be careful. The reason why we recommend this structure is it's the easiest to write. And remember, that's what you should be aiming for when you go into the IELTS writing exam. This has been a disclaimer by Michael.
As we've said, the biggest trap that you can fall into is writing an opinion essay for this type of question. So as we said before, if you're interested in learning a bit more about opinion essays, check out this video up here.
This has been Michael.
And I'm Phil. And you've been watching the IELTS Grind. And seeing that you got this far in the video, why not become a subscriber if you're not already? Because we pump out 2 videos a week full of interesting tips and weird little things when I go get pizzas. I don't know what happened. So why not subscribe and leave us a comment with any questions you might have.
Until next time, peace.
See you later.